Hello and welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved on Ragnarok. This is Sgt Draconis coming to you with episode 3. We've got Spike and Spot here ready to go. And on today's episode we're going to be going ahead and trying to get our trike or pterodon tamed up. So let me get all that stuff set up together and I'll be right back with you. Enjoy! Okay, welcome back. What I've gone ahead and done is loaded down Spike and Spot here with some small pieces of the puzzle for our taming bin, as well as grabbed up some Mijo berries from our feeder, and I have some spare trank on me as well as some trinkets. So let's go ahead and get on that hunt for that trike. Let's see here, I'll follow. Come on, boy, girl. Let's get this one going. And unfortunately, everything's so heavy, but it's made out of stone, so I need a little bit of assistance getting it all carried up. But I have a good place in mind to go try and get one of our 2 targets for today. Now they're a little bit slow. They can't quite keep up with me, but they'll do the trick. A little bit too way down. What's going on? Let's take a little bit off again. Maybe you'll be able to keep up a little bit better. Yeah, that's looking a bit smoother now. We're a bit more way down, but that should help equalize it out a little bit. Chance to catch up. Yeah. Since the last episode, I've been thinking about what our game plan for the season's going to be, and I think starting us off easy with the trike should be a good start. But I really want to get us a pterodon here soon. That way we can get some aerial access, which will allow us to get to an Archtavis either next episode or the episode afterwards, which will help boost the speed of this season pretty well. I mean, once you start getting into Argies, you can do so much more in a shorter period of time. Even though they're a bit slow, the amount of resources they can carry and the kinds of enemies you can take on. Ooh, hello. Ha. Ain't that interesting? It's okay, he just stole some Mijos off me. I would let him tame himself up, but I don't have time to be tinkering around with that. Not today. We've already got one. We don't need another Pego. Come on. Spike and Spot. Time to get a roll on. Let's see what this is. Rare mushrooms. We've got rare flowers around, but rare mushrooms we don't have access to yet. So Dodo, I'll leave you be. I killed enough of your brothers and sisters last time. Okay. Remember, a couple episodes ago, I had brought up about trikes and pterodons being over in the flat area pretty regular. We even saw a 135 over. So it's going to be a perfect area for our taming. Make it nice and easy. Good Bruno. Let's see here if we can locate us. 45, yeah. Ah, 145. Perfecto. Okay. Set our taming pin actually up pretty close to it. First piece of the puzzle here. And basically what I'm doing, I'm setting down a dino gate with 4 fence foundations on each side and 2 to bridge. That way, it makes it pretty easy to set down our pin. Trikes are going to be pretty easy to guide in there, as long as I can keep them nice in control. Keep it nice and squared off. It ain't going to be the prettiest taming pin in the world, but it will do the trick, which is all you need, really. Something you can leave here. Yeah, that should be there. I mean, a little bit of gating would have kept it. We just need to have it to where we control our target. Is he going to be nice and try and get into taming things for us? If only we could get so lucky. Just in case we want to come back for something a little bit bigger over here, go ahead and set us up a second layer. I'm not real concerned about inside versus outside. So all this is making is get control of the situation. Which, this style gate right here really wouldn't be suited for anything small like a raptor or Diplo. I mean, there's always the chance they could try and glitch through there. Or even squeeze through there if the target's smaller. In that kind of situation, what you can do, alright, pick up the door? Yes, I did. What you can do in that kind of situation is instead of doing door frames like I did here, you can replace this with window frames. And then just have one door frame with the door that you can squeeze on through real quick. Makes it easy peasy. With those small targets, you'll have windows to be able to shoot through. And with it being stone, they won't be able to do anything to break it. There we go. Get y'all over here. Set y'all to pass. I'll set you in neutral. See if we can find our target again. Where'd you go, buddy? Keep on putting your head out. I should have brought them all in. Okay. Got a little bit of space again here. Over to Trank. If you remember last time I was going for a Trank, it just tore me up. Because I didn't have a taming pin available to take control of the situation. But now, as long as it's just him coming, this way, buddy. Yes, that's what I want. Come around. Yes. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. This way. Come on. Just guide him on in. Come on. Yes. This way. Yeah. Might take a little bit of toying with them, but it's going to be a lot safer this way. Yeah, I could have put a gate on the other side there too and try and tease it through. Which is what you'll see a lot of times taming pins for flyers. Those get a little bit riskier, and for your first taming pin, it can be a little bit more of a challenge. I'll cover those in a 101 tutorial though. Even if he stays on the outside here, you can stay inside, trank him up, just keep control of the situation. Starts running, hitting him in the butt. He's going to be too scared of you at that point. Keep an eye on the situation, because you really don't want to hit them with another trike around. Then you'll end up with a situation that becomes a little bit less controllable. Let's take a look here. He is nice and passed out. We got all our arrows back. Trank on him, but his tarpor, which is a stat at the very bottom there, if you look, it'll be dropping down slowly. Depending on what you're trying to tame, it'll drop either real slow, like on a trike here, most herbivores are real slow to drop down, or you can get on, say, a T-Rex or a Giga. Their torpor may drop like real fast, so you'll have to stay with them and babysit them. And once you get them pretty well knocked out, should be good to give them their taming food, which in this case we're going to give them mejo berries, which for herbivores is the baseline. Any kind of berries, especially mejo berries, will be good to tame them. And if you watch, the taming meter here will start to raise up as your target eats their food. And you'll also have taming effectiveness, which right now we're at 99.9%, which is based on what food you give that particular dinosaur. With the trike, you should be okay with mejo berries, but eventually you'll run into some dinosaurs that you'll need to make special kibble for. So if you give them a little bit of a lesser food, your effective taming will start to drop. And what that affects is, if you look below that stat, you'll have plus, in this case, 72 levels. You'll get bonus levels for having a high taming effectiveness. That's just extra bonus on top of what the dinosaur's already at. So we'll end up coming out of this, what? 145 plus 72. 217, which isn't too bad at all. That is, if we can keep the taming effectiveness high. The lower foods, you'll see it drop. You might lose, depending on how high you started off with, you might lose 5, 10, 15 bonus levels, which isn't too bad starting off. Try and keep it high. But you also want to babysit to make sure the dinosaur doesn't get hit by anything or accidentally hit by you, because every time they get hit, that taming effectiveness will drop down, which means you'll be losing those levels. And when you're trying to get close to a maxed out dino on taming effectiveness, it really becomes a pain in the butt. Another reason why it's preferable to try and get them in a taming pen, so you can have them knocked out, sitting in there all protected, and you don't have a random raptor come up and take a nip out of your dinosaur or anything like that. See here, we're at 27.3%. Not too bad. Let me babysit this, see here, boy or girl? This boy for a little bit, and I'll be back when it's about ready to wake up. See you in a few minutes. Well, brought you back just in time for the tame. What shall we name our new trike? Let's see here. Take a look at you real quick. I mean, you got some of my favorite colors on here, red and black. Nice high level. Didn't lose but 0.8% on the taming, so we ended up with 216 like I thought. Stat wise, got base health of 2200, stamina 495, oxygen 600, food 98, 99. Weight, we've got 635, so he can hold quite a bit. Melee of 481, not too bad. And movement speed of 230. I mean, something you'll find on trikes though, that stamina, you'll want to bump it up some because they'll run out so fast on you. But for a first mount for local use, it isn't too bad. Once I get them back, I'll show you all the ins and outs of them, but as far as naming, what are we gonna name you, buddy? If I already got a spike, we've got a spot. How about we name you as always, give me some comments below, some naming suggestions, but I think for right now, we'll go with Bama. You look like Bama. That, and you got the colors for Crimson Tide, so can't go wrong with that. Okay, Bama, let's get you following me with the rest of it, because we still got some hunting to do. While we were waiting, I went ahead and crafted up some bolos. That way we can get on to our next target. You wouldn't be a bad little passive tame. Also, 140. I mean, this guy right here, the Listro, his only purpose in life is to help you level up dinosaurs in its area. He'll go up, he's like a puppy dog. He'll go up and pet him, and then he'll jump around, do some flips for you, and then all of a sudden you got a boost to the leveling for, say, your trike, your diplos, whatever dinos you have in the area. So he's not a bad little passive tame to get. I mean, especially when you're trying to level up your dinos real quick. Let's see here. And while we're waiting on that, let's keep an eye out. See if we can see any pterodons landing in our area. Okay. But all you have to do in order to tame this guy, put a Mijo berry in that last item slot there, and then follow him around, feeding him whenever he gets hungry. And if you watch, his taming bar goes up each time you feed him. So a little bit easier tame than a trike or a diplo. And I've seen it so many times it ends up being some people's first tames because of how easy it is. Hey, look at that. I fed him 3 times, he's already at 69%. That's for a level 140. That ain't bad. I mean, get a little low level 35, which does essentially the same thing. And you might only have to feed him 1 or 2 times. And even that, being a first tame, he'll be a nice little pack meal for you. Let's see here. That was an unexpected tame for today, so a nice little bonus. One more time that should do it. Let's see here. With your name, colors there though. Not exactly the prettiest of colorations, but a little bit more natural color to me. And I saw this trike down here walking around. I considered trying to tame him, but he's only level 95, and he's also a male. If it would have been a female trike, I would have probably grabbed him up and grabbed her, and then try to breed our trikes, get us some eggs going. Let's see here. Your colors though, let's go ahead and call you Shrek. There we go. See, you'll have the triangle button come up saying pet it. There we go. Does a little dance, and then all of a sudden, you look. You've got the green arrow pointing up on your dinos in the area. That's just showing that their experience bar is starting to go up. I'll level this guy. Because their experience bar will gradually raise up. This will increase it that much faster. I went ahead and loaded Bama here with extra resources that we picked up when we were trying to craft up our bolos. But, okay. Let's get our boys following us again. You are a boy, right? Yep. We've only got one girl so far. Ain't that interesting? Let's see if we can find us a pterodon hunt. I'm going to take it a little bit slower due to the amount of dinos we have following us. The fact that the Listro is a little bit slower. Do we have here? Uh-oh. Get 'em, boys. Nice little thing, but... Ah, bye-bye, Sabertooth. But that's not what we're hunting for today. Let's try and find us that pterodon. Okay. Everybody on neutral. There we go. Get 'em, boys. Even our Listro is trying to get into the action. I'll follow. Okay. Come here, pterodons. Now you want it. Tell you what, let me... Let me go ahead and pause the video here, and I'll be back once we find us a good little pterodon. I'll show you how that goes about. So I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. No luck so far getting that pterodon, but what we are going to do is go ahead and let our pets heat up a little bit. Check to see if they need any levels done up. Looks like the Trek here does have a couple levels to do. Give them. Because about the only thing we need them to do is survive. Really. Go ahead and pull the can off of Bama here. Might be a couple loads. Let's check. Come back for another load. And then give Bama, I already gave Bama another point in stamina. I'm going to give him yet another point. That way, on this stop, I'll show you how to craft his saddle, get him set up, so we can ride him as our first mount. Let's see here. But we also need to cook us up some food, because we ran out of food while we were out there. That. I've got to go on another farming adventure. Because as you can see, our resources are getting low again. But I'll plan on doing that when we get closer to time to do an expansion or build our new house for our main base. Because I don't want to have a ton of resources sitting around here doing nothing. That's just basically a waste of time there. berries. Find one of my unopened boxes here. Structure box. Pause some of this in there. Because we don't have a flint or a keratin or any box set up for that yet. So we don't have a whole lot of it either. So that ain't gonna be a big deal. While we're at it, let's get us some more narcotics done up. Narcotics. No, you didn't. I didn't think he would, but we ended up using about 9 narcotics on them when we were taming them up, just to keep them above 50% turbidity. I mean, some people let it go lower than that because they're more experienced with the game, but for me, I like to keep it on the safe side. Anything above 50% if something happens, you've got a nice little barrier there, if that makes sense. Is this wood in there? Not when we building us another taming pen, because there's no point on going for a pterodon with a taming pen. You end up using resources you don't need to. And a pterodon isn't going to attack you, it's just basically going to try and run away from you. Anyway. Okay. There we go. We got a little bit more food to work with. Get us another drink. See what it's going to take for us to get a trike cell. We have 79 points to work with. We gained a few more levels in between the cuts, so I've been tossing those points into weight, food, water, of course. Level 16 takes 12 points. It'll be fiber, hide, and wood. Don't need to do it in a smithy or anything like that, so it's a real easy saddle to get a hold of early game. Fiber, hide, and wood. Now I'll show you all about the trike while we're waiting on food to cook. For beginner tame, a trike isn't too hard to get, as you saw, as long as you come in prepared. I mean, even a low level trike, sometimes you can just hop on a boulder like I tried doing in an earlier video and tame it, but I kind of got cornered by 2 trikes. That didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. Basically, go into their inventory, and this is on PlayStation 4. I do all my commands for that, because we do have so many videos out there for PC, but no love for the PlayStation. So, I'm giving the love to the PlayStation on this one. But if you go over to the Tames inventory, go down to the satellite, do R2. Easy as that. And it automatically puts it in the right spot. And then you exit the inventory, put triangle to ride it, and you'll be good to go. That'll put you right on the track, and for R2, got a nice little headbutt. L2, it does a nice little, I guess basically it's a scratch out of the ground, but when you release it, it does a burst of speed. And it'll hit a lot harder. In order to stop that, you just push L2 again, and he'll quit. As far as farming goes, he'll farm up berries real nicely for you. Do a little bit of wood. Won't do stone or metal for you, but it will focus on your initial farm. Not too bad. It isn't going to have the best stats on the wood and thatch, but it will do some. In order to go directly into the inventory while you're writing them, you click square. That'll pull you right into their inventory. And he's already got himself a couple levels. Let's see here. Another point stamina. Still a point for weight also. And something else you can do is you can actually sit here and put folders on the inventories. Not just on the tames, but your own. Or your storage units and things like that. And that way you can organize what you want to keep versus what you want to drop a lot easier. But for right now, let's see here. Go up here, do a sort. I'm going to sort by name, get a better idea of what we want. I'm going to drop all the seeds because we're not gardening yet. I'm going to drop my stem berries because we're not using those. That'll give me a little bit more weight to work with. And that's essentially a trike for you. It's a nice little berry farmer. It'll save your stamina, get you around a tiny bit quicker. But here it is getting dark, so let me go ahead and take a break. And I'll come back to you when it gets daylight again. We'll go looking for that pterodon once again. I'll see you in a few. Bye. Well, that concludes our episode 3 of Ark Survival Evolved on Ragnarok. Say welcome here to Bama. Taking any suggestions down in comments below for names. If not, and it seems like a good Bama to me. Other than that, be sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Episode 4 is coming right up. Have a good night. Bye.